Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about how you guys can find the best contractors out there for your jobs. Now, as many of you know, I'm a real estate investor, I'm a real estate developer, and I get this question a lot. Hamza, how do you basically find your contractors? How do you find the best people for the right price to do a great job? And of course, you guys might have guessed the answer is not that simple. Now, I'm just gonna walk while I film this video, but there's multiple things you guys need to understand when hiring contractors to do specific tasks. The first and most important thing you guys need to understand is that there are two types of contractors, a general contractor and a subcontractor. Your general contractor is basically a big company that'll come in and they have multiple subcontractors under them that do specific tasks, such as, for example, pouring concrete, right? Installing glass, doing awnings, building steel structure, having access to contractors who do garage doors. These are all specific tasks that individual subcontractors do, but a general contractor usually has access to all of these people because of their expertise and their experience in the trade. But I know that all of you guys want to save money and you guys want to basically subcontract all your business directly to the subcontractors without actually hiring your general contractor, which is why I decided to make today's video. But before I get into today's video, if you guys are enjoying my content, remember to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you guys find any value in what I talk about. I also have a giveaway. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away all my YouTube ad revenue so far, plus a 45-minute consultation to one of you lucky subscribers. And hopefully that helps you guys start whatever business or whatever venture you guys are interested in. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back into today's video. So finding the right subcontractors who are going to do a good job for the right amount of money is actually a very important and vital task if you guys are looking to flip or develop real estate, whether it be commercial or single family. And there's a couple of things that are going to pose challenges when you guys are looking for these subcontractors. The first thing is that you don't have street cred, what we like to call street cred, right? You don't have any existing projects that this subcontractor has worked on, and therefore there is no trust between you and this person or this company. So why would they work for you when there's ready jobs available for them on other sites? And the other very important thing that people don't realize is the language barrier. For me, for example, because I don't speak Spanish, there is a huge barrier for me to hire the right contractors and to explain to them exactly what I need done. But no worries, in today's video, I promise you I'm gonna provide you guys with solutions. Now, I've been developing real estate for a very long time and I am actually trilingual, but the one language I do not speak that I wish I did was Spanish. And as you all know, when developing real estate or rehabbing real estate, that is the language that is most spoken out here, at least in Houston, Texas. And I truly believe taking time to learn the language will pay huge dividend in the long run. And that is because you'll be able to communicate clearly and you'll also be able to explain the process in its entirety using the words that other people can easily understand. There is absolutely no substitute for the language part of this. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. And I'm sure you guys realize this by now, but I'm not in my studio, I'm out on my site, and I'm here to talk to you guys about how I found or how I sourced the best contractors for each one of these tasks. So the first thing I did is actually bought this piece of land. And that is without talking to any subcontractors, without talking to any general contractors, I actually purchased this piece of property and decided I was gonna tackle the issue of sourcing people to come and work on site afterwards. So what I'm trying to get to is basically you guys need to actually have a piece of land that you want to work on or a piece of property that you want to work on before you hire your subcontractors. So what I'm getting at is that basically you guys need to actually have the piece of real estate before sourcing contractors for the job. You can't build a team based on hypothetical scenarios, that what if and what if, right? You actually have to be there and your contractors need to actually be able to look at what they're working for or working towards. So in my case, the first thing I did is I drew up the plans with an architect, got them approved. Now, once I had my plans approved, this is where the magic happened. I send my plans out to multiple general contractors. And what that means is I basically send it out to like 3 or 4 contractors in the market who have access to all these subcontractors. And what they did is they gave me a bid. And getting this bid is a vital component in this process. Without this initial bid, it'll be very hard for you to know how to price things correctly. Now, once I had these bids from my general contractors, I priced everything out, and I kept in mind that my general contractors are probably keeping a 15% margin on each one of these line items. So I immediately removed 15% on whatever my general contractor had bid. And although this is not accurate by any means, I just did that to sort of build a benchmark and get some numbers in my head. The next step is super simple. What I did is I drove the entire neighborhood, a 5-mile radius from my site, and I saw everybody who was building, and I actually stopped on each one of those sites, talked to the foreman who was working those sites on the individual projects. So I talked to a concrete foreman, I talked to a glass foreman, I talked to a building foreman, I talked to a retention pond foreman, I talked to the person who levels the dirt and their foreman. And the reason you want to talk to the foreman is not the right person to give you the price, but the foreman will tell you which company is involved in that project, which is a very important piece. And usually these site superintendents or foremans will carry a business card that's promoting the company. So I collect all these business cards and I reach out to all of the companies and tell them, hey, I have a project very close to yours and this is what I'm looking to do. And these are my approved plans. Guys, you need to realize in order to get great pricing, you need to have approved drawings or approved plans for your project. This way the vendor knows that you're serious and they're gonna jump on it because they want to work. Because they are working so close to your site, it just makes sense for them to send the crew over to work on your site. This actually ends up saving them money, which they can pass to you. So let me explain what I mean real quick. Because they have another crew working very close to your site, it actually costs them less to then have that crew work on your site, and then they pass that savings on to you as a customer. Now over time, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get a lot of vendors. You're actually going to get vendors who are reaching out to you because now they know that you are serious about construction. And I did exactly that. What I did is the ultimate hack in finding amazing vendors for myself by putting signage right on the street. You guys see that street back there? I put signage on that street saying that I wanted an electrician, I needed a plumber, I needed a concrete person, I needed a garage door person, I needed a glass person, and I had tons of people reach out to me. And I think this is the ultimate hack when it comes to finding vendors, because you have crews driving around just looking for work sometimes, or you have people who have jobs that are very close to your site and they drive by and they're like, hey, this person needs exactly what I have to offer, and they reach out to you directly. Now in my case, because I develop large projects, I'm fairly familiar with what the pricing is. I know where I should be. I know what my benchmarks are, so I know exactly what to offer these people. But if you're a first timer doing this, do not worry. There are a lot of benchmarks that are readily available for your state, for your city, in fact, online. So what you guys need to do is create a basic Excel spreadsheet with all the benchmark prices for your project, and then whether you beat or exceeded that benchmark and what you actually ended up paying. Now, if this is your first real estate rehab or development, don't beat yourself up over smaller dollar items. So basically, if you have an electric or a plumbing job that's a couple of $1,000s and you weren't able to save money there, that's all right. I promise you, once you build a relationship with a good vendor, you're going to be able to save money in the long run. The places you should be looking to save money on your first transaction with a vendor are your large ticket items. And what that'll help you do is that'll help you offset some of the expenses or the costs on your smaller ticket items. So even if you mess up, you're covered because you got a large discount on your large ticket items. Large ticket items could be a concrete slab pour or concrete slab repair. It could also be a new roof or replacing an existing roof. Those are large ticket items. Now, one thing you want to do if you found your contractor online or through a referral is make sure that they've done some work in the area that you're in. And you do that with a very simple question. If you ever get reached by a contractor who you haven't approached on site or is working near your project, the one question you want to ask them is, can I see some of the work you've done in this area? This is an extremely important question, and I'll tell you guys why. When developing real estate in the past, I've had contractors come from 3 hours away to my job site, and that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and sometimes what would end up happening is they wouldn't even show up just because it was too far for them. So you want to make sure that your contractors have actually worked in the area where your project currently is. I hope you guys got some great value from today's video, and remember, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and with that, I will see you guys next video.